In this special video, I will tell you about 11 things a smart person never says. The last one will surprise you. But before we start, let me share an important story that will help you better understand the meaning of each lesson. Pay close attention, as this is extremely important. Imagine a small village where an old sage lived, known for his wonderful gardens and deep knowledge. He was respected not only for his advice but also for his unique approach to life. People came to him not only to find answers to difficult questions but also for the opportunity to see the world through his wisdom. One day, a young man, known in the village as open and friendly, decided to visit the old sage. The young man was searching for a deeper meaning in life and wanted an answer to a question that had long troubled him. The sage, after listening to him, suggested spending a week in his garden, working in silence. Every morning, they tended to the plants together, and each day brought a new life lesson, conveyed not through words but through actions and observation. On the first day, the sage showed the young man the importance of silence. They pruned roses, and the old man, without uttering a word, demonstrated that silence reveals new depths of perception. It was a lesson about how silence helps us hear more than words. The next day, they planted new seeds. The sage silently pointed out that it was essential to carefully choose the spot for each seed. This became a lesson about not always sharing your plans. Let your actions speak for themselves. On the third day, they watered the garden, and the sage showed how joy and gratitude, like sunlight, can fill every corner of life. This day was dedicated to the importance of not sowing seeds of negativity but cultivating only kindness and optimism. On the fourth day, they watched the birds, and the sage gave a lesson on generosity. Nature gives everything without expectations and asks for nothing in return. True generosity doesn't seek praise, it acts for the sake of goodness itself. The fifth day was dedicated to compassion. While tending the trees, the sage emphasized the importance of understanding others' needs and avoiding criticism. He taught that everyone walks their own path, and it's important not to judge but to support. The sixth day brought a lesson about courage in the face of fear. While creating paths in the garden, the sage showed that fear should not paralyze us. It's important to bravely face your challenges and seek strength within. On the seventh day, sitting silently before the beautiful garden, the sage showed the young man that true wealth is not found in material things. It is hidden in the heart, in relationships, and in inner peace. This was a profound lesson about how the true essence of life lies in how we nurture our hearts and our connections with others. After that week, the young man felt changed by the sage's silent lessons. He realized that the most valuable knowledge is not always conveyed through words. Sometimes actions speak louder. This wisdom accompanied him throughout every stage of his life. This story illustrates several principles we should keep to ourselves. Other people's secrets, personal plans, complaints, good deeds, others' mistakes, our fears, material achievements. Having understood these principles, let's now turn our attention to the things a smart person never says. If you find value in these videos, subscribe and click the bell to stay updated. So, number 1. Gossip and rumors. Gossip is one of the most insidious traps a person can fall into. On the surface, they seem innocent and even interesting. Learning something juicy about someone else's life is always tempting. However, smart people know that gossip has destructive power. When we speak about someone behind their back, it not only violates their privacy but also undermines our reputation. Those who gossip sow distrust, as people begin to wonder whether they might be the next victim of such discussions. Smart people never succumb to the temptation to participate in gossip, even if it seems like harmless conversation. They understand that any information discussed without the person's presence is likely distorted. Gossip is also like a fire. At first, it's a small flame that can be easily extinguished, but if allowed to spread, it can destroy everything in its path. Moreover, people who frequently spread rumors unknowingly create a negative environment around themselves, which harms both relationships and personal growth. Therefore, smart people choose silence or positive topics instead of participating in the spread of false or harmful information. They focus on facts and important things that help build trust and respect for themselves. Number 2. Hasty words. How many times have you regretted what you said? It could be anger, irritation, or even an emotional outburst that threw you off balance. Smart people know that in the heat of the moment, we often say things we don't mean, and later feel remorse. When we let our emotions control our words, we become vulnerable because once something is said, it can't be taken back. Smart people are in no rush to express their thoughts, especially in situations where emotions are running high. They understand that a pause before responding is an important step in avoiding conflict. Even a few seconds of silence help reassess the situation and respond more thoughtfully. For example, in a heated argument or family quarrel, when emotions overpower reason, a smart person will pause, give themselves time to think, and refrain from hurling insults that could deeply hurt the other person. It's important to understand that words have power. They can build relationships or destroy them. This is why controlling what you say is a sign of true wisdom. Number 3. Personal financial matters. Money is a sensitive topic for many people. In today's world, financial status is often seen as a measure of success, and so many are inclined to talk about their income, expenses, or investments to boost their social standing. However, smart people never publicly share the details of their financial affairs. Why? Because they know this can lead to unnecessary problems. Financial information is highly personal, and sharing it can provoke envy, misunderstanding, or even conflict. For instance, talking about your earnings may elicit a negative reaction from those with lower incomes, or it might even attract fraudsters who could take advantage of this information. Moreover, focusing too much on money can create the impression that you evaluate yourself and others solely by material criteria, which negatively affects relationships. Smart people know how to keep their financial details private, sharing them only with those who truly deserve their trust, for example, close partners or financial advisors. This helps them avoid unnecessary situations and maintain peace in their relationships. Number 4. Engaging in provocations. Provocations are dangerous situations where someone tries to throw you off balance or provoke aggression. Such moments often arise at work, in social groups, or even in family settings, when someone throws a hurtful or sarcastic comment. Smart people know that giving in to provocations only worsens the situation. When someone tries to provoke a negative reaction, the best way to avoid conflict is to control your emotions. Smart people use tactics like changing the subject or even humor to defuse the tension. They don't allow others to control their emotions or behavior. Even in the most intense situations, smart people remain calm and do not respond to aggression in kind. Emotional resilience is one of the key traits of a smart person, and the ability to resist provocations helps maintain harmony in relationships and avoid unnecessary conflicts. Number 5. Privacy on social media. In today's digital world, social media has become an integral part of our lives. We share photos, videos, thoughts, and events without always considering the consequences. However, smart people are very cautious about what they post online. Social media is an open window into your life, and what you put on the internet may remain there forever. For example, an unfortunate party photo or a thoughtless comment may surface at the most unexpected moment, like during an important job interview. Smart people understand that too much public exposure can create problems, so they limit access to their personal information, sharing only what won't harm them in the future. They are also mindful of who they share information with, knowing that not all virtual friends are genuine. Social media is a great tool for communication and growth, but only if used wisely and cautiously. Number 6. Lies. A small lie may seem harmless at first. You might think it won't hurt anyone and that it's for the greater good, but in reality, lies always leave a mark. Smart people know that honesty is the foundation of any relationship, and even a little lie can lead to big problems in the future. Lies are like building a house of cards. With every new falsehood, the structure becomes less stable until it eventually collapses. Sooner or later, the truth becomes evident, and at that point, it's impossible to regain the trust you lost. Even if you lie with the best intentions, it will always have negative consequences. Smart people always strive to tell the truth, even if it's uncomfortable. They know that honesty brings more benefits in the long run. Lies are a heavy burden that only grows over time, and smart people choose not to carry that weight. Number 7. Empty promises. Promises are not just words. They are commitments. When you make a promise, you take on responsibility for another person. But what happens when you can't fulfill what you promised? It destroys trust and undermines your credibility. Smart people never make empty promises, even if it might please someone in the moment. Instead of trying to please others, smart people honestly assess their abilities and only promise what they can deliver. They understand that it's better to say no than to fail to keep a promise. Promises are the foundation of trust, and smart people always stick to their word. Number 8. Mocking others. Mockery may seem funny, but it actually says more about the person laughing than about the one being laughed at. Smart people understand that mockery often stems from inner insecurity or fear of being mocked themselves. They don't participate in mockery because they know it only undermines relationships. Instead of laughing at others, smart people choose compassion and understanding. They can put themselves in another person's shoes and understand how hurtful it might be. Mockery not only creates distance between people but also shows a lack of empathy. Smart people know that it's better to support others rather than belittle them. Number 9. Disrespect for others' beliefs and convictions. Smart people understand that everyone has the right to their own beliefs. Religion, political views, or personal convictions are part of what shapes our identity. Criticizing or mocking someone's beliefs is like insulting them as a person. Smart people respect the opinions and beliefs of others, even if they differ from their own. Instead of arguing or imposing their views, smart people ask questions, listen, and try to understand the other person. This allows them to build deeper, more meaningful relationships based on respect and understanding. Number 10. Constant complaints. In everyone's life, there are moments when you feel like complaining about something. Work, the weather, or circumstances. But smart people know that constant complaining only makes the situation worse. When you're constantly complaining, you create a negative atmosphere around yourself that affects not only you but also those around you. Instead of complaining, smart people look for ways to solve problems. They don't waste time on negative thoughts but focus on how to change the situation for the better. This helps them maintain a positive outlook and be more productive. Number 11. Revealing confidential information. When someone trusts you with a secret, it's a sign of great respect and trust. Smart people never disclose confidential information because they understand that it can ruin relationships forever. Confidentiality is the foundation of trust, and when you break it, it's nearly impossible to restore that trust. Smart people know that being reliable is of great value. They protect others' secrets just as they do their own, and they never abuse someone's trust. These principles help smart people build strong relationships, avoid conflicts, and live in harmony with themselves and others. By controlling their words and actions, they create a positive atmosphere around them and achieve success in both personal and professional life. Subscribe and turn on notifications to get more content. Share this video with those you think might find it helpful. Thank you for your support. Now, click on this video to continue filling your mind with wisdom. Big hugs, and see you next time.